yellow, that'd probably be good, right?
Yeah, probably.
I'll get online in a second. Test it.
Yeah.
So the stream should be up if you want to share it. Our GPS did update. There's the tornado watch box. They issued. It goes from the Oklahoma Panhandle down to includes Lubbock. And there's our storms. Our position has updated. So just the first initial development of the day. But you can see, if you can't see out the front, get on the stream because the stream will show you out the front. The tower's going up down here. But we're going to stop up here for a restroom break, top off on gas. This will still take probably at least a good half hour to an hour to really get organized. Yeah, you can see the anvil blow off down there, and then the updraft's back here just right over the highway. So we're in a good spot to start the day, and that'll be a pretty active day. So you never know with
How long is the tornado watch till?
Check. This expires in 7 hours, 21 minutes. So is that 10 p.m.? Yeah, or 11 p.m. Monetize it first. Get that guy going.
Yeah, I don't know why you gotta go back. I wish there was a way you could pay just for that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You can only do it in the YouTube settings.
Live stream. Edit. That's all button there. Just click on that. It's always set to off. I wonder if there's a way you can always set it to on in here. The settings there. We're gonna have to go back in and do it. But anyway, we got that. Save it. Alright, so that should be good to go. Back to the studio. That's on, yeah, yesterday, so it was off, but yeah, looks like we only had 787, so the day before was 564, and in Missouri we had the most was 2,239, so all right, well, we're just north of Plainview, Texas. We got the first storm of the day going up. There's a tornado watch in effect till 11 p.m. And the storm's developing on the western side of an outflow boundary. So if it can get good rotation and start turning southeast, it'll probably ride right along that boundary and likely produce some tornadoes later on this afternoon, probably, and maybe starting after 5 p.m., definitely 6, 7 o'clock. Around sunset will probably be around prime time. You see the back of this storm base is still a little bit higher base, but that was the same story as yesterday. This one's actually starting with a little bit lower LCL heights than what the storm started with yesterday, so that's looking promising. So it's up and running. If you want to go ahead and share it, I'm just going to check the audio on it real quick, make sure it's good. Some people said the audio was too low initially yesterday, so we're still kind of working a little bit of the kinks out of it because this is new this year. But we used to kind of stream before, and I'd always just stream with the phone and there'd be no audio, but this has the overlay with the radar and GPS position and stuff, so it's a lot nicer for, than the setup we had last year. So, last year they could tune in, but then they couldn't see exactly there was some GPS on there, but they didn't have the radar overlay, and then we wouldn't do audio on it, but now we're doing audio this year, so something new.
And you can turn it up a little bit. You could turn it up a little bit.
Oh, is it too low?
Yeah, it's a little low. I'm comparing it to the volume of the ads. Maybe like
I
right
think
when
it's
it
just
starts
because it's
touching
up
the
there.
there.
And I can clip it on here, but I don't want to lose it. Like, get there.
Yeah.
That's a little bit better, I think.
Yeah, it sounds a little better.
I think it's just because it's up there.
Yeah. Might also be a way to make these mics more sensitive. Not sure, but it might be a setting to make these more sensitive.
Where they have to be closer.
I can hear myself, so
Yeah,
it's a little strange.
yeah, I can hear it pretty good now.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
How's it going, chat? How are we doing?
Doesn't look like there's anything else to interfere with it.
Yeah, it's kind of cutting in and out there for a second like that.
Yeah, it might just be bandwidth or whatever.
Does that say hail 4 inches?
Yeah, the
I
tornado
think
watch is for 4
If you get closer, we'll try the audio here, but I'm not going to probably wear this microphone around all the time. Yeah.
I wonder if you can like clip it over here.
Put it up
Might
there.
make it closer to us.
Yeah, we'll try it there. But probably want it more
Oh, that might be
maybe
that's
there.
fine.
So as long as it doesn't fall off,
Yeah.
that'll be better. Because yeah, up there you're probably getting a little vibration from the vehicle too. So try that.
It's early in the season. We can troubleshoot. We're good.
But yeah, it kind of keeps coming in and out.
Yeah.
I don't know what's doing that.
Oh, there's the problem. That sounds better when it was there. Maybe flip it upside down.
Maybe do. Yeah. What about back here?
Yeah, maybe. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Maybe the audio would be better back there. Gotta move it around. Yeah, I think
It's not bad.
better than up there. I think.
Yeah, it's getting the van noise.
What I have to do, I mean, unless we get 2 mics and we're each wearing one, and I just start wearing. I'm just afraid if I wear it, I'm gonna jumping in and out. I'm gonna lose that microphone.
Yeah. Plus, they'll be able to hear every single thing you ever say.
We're just gonna have to start talking louder.
I think this might work.
Well, it keeps slipping off there. I
Yeah,
think if we put it
that's
right
thicker
there,
than I thought.
that'll be right there. I think that's good.
Okay.
We'll try it there today.
You can maybe turn it up a little bit, like just so where it just barely starts peaking in the red.
Like there.
Yeah.
What happens if it gets way up into the red? Does it pop?
If it gets all the way up into the red, I think above 0, that's when it clips.
Or does it just cut out the audio if it gets up too loud?
If it gets really loud, it'll cut off the audio, but it'll just kind of distort. Yeah, it'll just distort the audio a little bit.
Yours sounds good over there.
That sounds good. I mean, I'm turning to face you, so the mic's right there, but... Man, I can't keep listening to myself. I go crazy.
I think that'll work for today, and then we can still experiment around with it. Oh, that thing's getting up there.
Oh, yeah.
Nice crisp ammo there.
Yeah, that's quite crisp.
Brendan,
Yeah.
can you lower the AC just a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can turn the temperature down and the fan down. If you get too hot back there, just let us know. Still a pretty small storm on radar. There's one lightning strike, but
Yeah, it'll take a sec.
yeah. Maybe a couple of temps. It's like echo tops are 39,000 feet, so it's still a young storm. That time to... Yeah, it's like a bomb just went off, huh? See how hard and crisp that anvil is?
Yeah.
That's what you want to see on these big, severe weather days with, you know, strong updrafts like that. Once that energy is released,
That's
then...
all they are.
Yeah, that's only at about 40,000 feet right now. So it's still a pretty young storm. Need it to get up about another 10,000 feet at least. But it's still developing.
I don't know the science behind it, but storms that are crispier, for whatever reason, tend to be a little stronger with those really well-defined edges. It has to do with whether you have super cooled water or actual ice crystals up there.
Yeah, it's just like a layer.
Yeah, and then when you get like the back shear and the knuckles, have you ever seen the curling
Yeah.
coming up under there? That's cool. You get those knuckles.
Seen it on the live stream right over on the screen. Yeah, it's crazy.
Here's, oh yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
If you watch it out the left side, you can see it like rolling upward. Oh, that's so cool.
I'm just watching it grow.
Let's go get on the good side of it.
Yeah, we'll go down to Plainview. We'll stop in Plainview for a restroom break. Top off on gas. And then we'll get east and get out on the other side of it. We'll be well south of it when we go east to Plainview. It's
so it's gonna get bigger.
yeah, It's still a young storm growing. Yeah, it's still in the developmental stages. When it gets into mature stage, that's when it's gonna mean business. It's
In
still.
my brain, I feel like we've already missed it.
Yeah.
This is a little mini split.
I know.
You see this? This foreground, I think there's a little bitty split. You can kind of see some of that anticyclonic. It's very weak, but
That's gotta be the main tower there.
yeah, the one a little further, I think. You might be
Another
right.
tower down there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, based off radar, it's not split.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
got a
seeing.
storm track on it right now, showing it's moving northeast.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Moving northeast at 12 knots, but as this develops stronger and gets some rotation, it should start turning off to the east and then eventually the southeast. See if there's another road.
I mean, that road that goes southeast out of Plainview looks.
Well, there's some paved roads out
Yeah,
here too. I
I
mean,
see
we
that.
could actually go east there. We could go down here and go east. These are all paved, so there's a really good road network at least in here.
Yeah, before you get through Canyon.
Until you get into the Cap Rock over here, but you got one that goes through here, and then the 62 that goes down south.
Not missed it yet.
But then it gets into a road hole a little bit out here, northeast, east of 70. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye on that. But yeah, here's that highway we had to stair step the Turkey, Texas night. So we were going up this road
Yeah.
as it was coming back to the west, and I was like, let's get up that road so we get back west and get some distance on it. But that was a scary night of chasing. I thought I was doing the right thing, and that dang thing turned back to the north and northwest, and then came back to the west towards us in this big old wedge out in the field. Well, it's getting bigger. Got 2 lightning strikes out of it now.
One of those is very far away from Precip.
Yeah. I wonder if it's out of that other drive.
Yep, that's what I was just thinking.
So, yeah. It's only moving 15 miles an hour, so it's just creeping along. Nice and slow. Do you need this trigger?
Nope, go for it.
Mark for a while, because think about that, keep our GPS moving. I keep forgetting I gotta leave this app open on
Yeah.
the phone, so to update radar. And then battery's a little low. If you need it later, just grab it, but leave that.
Yeah, all good.
Otherwise it doesn't update our position.
Well, there's either a funnel cloud or a tornado off of Hastings radar up in Nebraska today. Yep.
Pretty far north.
Was that how recent that? It was like a half hour ago. Someone sent me that.
See if anything's changed. Echo tops have come up a little bit. Echo tops are now up to 44,000 feet. They were at 39, well, 45. So they've gone up 6,000 feet or a little over a mile just in the last couple of scans. So that's why you're seeing it rapidly go up. It's going up pretty quick.
All right, pick your favorite. We can go to Allsups, Tootin' Totem, or
I'll ask.
CEFCO Travel Center.
Oscar wants to know if it can produce a land spout anytime soon.
Good.
It could.
You know, it's not super high likelihood. It's kind of more luck than anything, but
He said more luck than anything.
I wouldn't rule it out. Sure, if you want to keep your eyes on it. The thing for land spouts is you got to keep your eyes on the ground because they form ground up. I mean, so do normal tornadoes, to be fair, but
Yeah.
that's what the research says.
Yep, like those Chinese finger traps, just stretching of the tubes.
Yep.
Tighten that vorticity.
I was having a debate with friends the other day,
Earlier,
you know, about like the actual, you know, physical differences between mesocyclonic GLCS and non-mesocyclonic tornadoes.
Did you throw a bookend vortex in there?
We didn't.
They're kind of pretty similar, I'd say, to QLCS tornadoes, except they just form in different regional storms.
Yeah, they
Kinda
have
more
been in
wraparound.
QLCS. They're kind of, honestly, I'd say they're probably most similar to, to supercell, because you have the rear inflow jet instead of an RFD, but it's kind of the same process where
Yeah,
it kicks
I guess.
out.
Yeah, wraps up. I think those are much more rare than QLCS tornadoes. I've never seen
easily.
a bookend vortex.
Well, it's not
But
like you,
they're hard to see.
I was gonna say it's not like you can see the bookend vortex tornado.
At least the QLCS, a lot of times they're out on the leading edge, and I've seen several of those before. But
Saw one QLCS tornado, just barely. The glimpses down in Illinois.
got hydrometers. So we've got hydrometers.
Raindrops.
Yeah,
Softballs are coming soon.
yeah. Yeah, hydrometers are any type of precipitation, snow, freezing rain, sleet, hail, rain.
This is that second updraft that's going up.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. 4 inch. Yeah.
Unlike yesterday, I'm
This is gotta be.
pretty sure every chaser is going to be on this one.
Yeah, the storm track now is going east on it.
I can eat the
Yeah, it's going east now, and then it'll probably turn southeast along that boundary. So it's a good thing we're getting a little further south, but we need to
Yeah.
get down here from the convenience store. Always gonna clean the bugs off the windshield when we stop, and the spray may help.
Yeah.
Won't have to work as hard. I'll clean some.
There's a
of them.
few, yeah, but I'll give you a hand.
And if you want me to drive afterwards, I can. That way.
I could take probably this next leg until you want to go inside the storms. Unless you want to drive. If you ever want to drive, be like, let me drive, and I'll. It's all you.
Yeah, I'll probably drive and let you watch the radar if you got
Sounds
mine.
good. Yeah.
That way we kind of.
Oh yeah, this thing is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Look at that latest radar scan.
Pulling on up.
Yeah, super tight updraft gradient.
Were you down this way yesterday?
We were towards this way. We weren't quite
Yeah.
this far south.
We're a little further, like northwest of here.
Yeah, if you take the highway northwest out of Plainview, that goes straight to Dimmitt. So we were on that highway.
It all looks the same to me.
Yeah,
Oh, it's the
a
same
lot
to
of
me,
the
too.
Panhandle until you get into the canyons or the.
Yeah, they're like, I remember that from yesterday. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, we're down here today, and yesterday we were just to the northwest, kind of up in this area by Dimmitt. So
About 25 miles
Yeah.
northwest is where we were.
kind of the same landscape features and stuff, but
Yeah.
we'll be going east and kind of chasing out here. So we'll actually be chasing out through once the storm goes through. It'll go through the southern part of like that Holladura Canyon and the Caprock area. So yeah, you get to see a little bit of the southern portion of it as well, with maybe a tornado going through it. Hopefully,
Let's go.
This might already be turning right.
yeah,
Slowing down for sure.
Yeah, that other cell's gonna come and merge with it.
Yeah. You want to make this a quicker stop?
It's not even severe. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, we don't need a lollygag, but we'll.
B is giving us instructions that we gotta run in and B and run
We're just trying to get you a birthday tornado.
Make it
in. I
snappy.
know.
Yeah, I mean, if it does pop a land spout earlier, we'd want to be out on that updraft base where we can see it. But yeah, I'd say make it as quick as you possibly can. But if you need to use the restroom or you want to grab like a drink or a snack, I mean, I'm not gonna say don't do that, but let's not like take any more time than we have to, just so we can get east. back up behind us now, but once we leave Plainview, we'll probably just go east a little bit and kind of sit and watch it because it looks like it's already turned east on radar, and most likely it'll start moving southeast down towards our location. So it'll just be mainly sitting and watching for a while, especially with this how slow as it's moving. Radar has it moving at 9 knots now, so that's a little under 15 miles per hour. If it's truly moving at 20 knots into it, relative to the storm motion, that's 40 knots of inflow, which is good in the low levels. So you want it to be moving a little bit, but sometimes when they're on boundaries, they can be stationary and produce tornadoes because they have that extra spin along the boundary, and then it doesn't. This is the turnaround, dude.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Tootin' Totem over here. It looks like the nicest one. It looked like on satellite there was.
You're not gonna be able to get over there.
Oh, too much crap in here.
Let's get you a nice birthday tornado today. Let's get you a nice birthday tornado today.